My name is Amethyst, and I am a recovered people pleaser. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Amethyst, and I am a first-time mom to a beautiful baby girl named Elena. We are Georgia Peaches, and I make motherhood, lifestyle, and motivational videos here on YouTube. So if that is something that interests you, please make sure you hit that big red subscribe button and the notification bell so that you never miss a video. I would love to have you join my mom power / fem power here on YouTube. Today's video is a hot topic that I think everyone has dealt with at one point or another in their life, which is people pleasing and how to stop people pleasing. So let's hop right in. I know that I personally have had a ton of experience with people pleasing, especially in this last decade of my life. So let's talk about some of the signs of people pleasing. You're probably a people pleaser if you apologize entirely too much and you always take the blame for something, even though you know in your heart that it's not your fault. You're probably a people pleaser if you say yes to everything, especially when you want to say no. You are probably a people pleaser if you feel the need to take the burden of everyone else's happiness and feelings into consideration, and the thought of upsetting anyone close to you causes you great distress. You probably suffer from people pleasing if you agree even though you actually disagree. You also probably suffer from people pleasing if you avoid any and all conflict and confrontation. And last, you are definitely a people pleaser if you need the acceptance or validation of anyone to feel good about yourself. So, like I stated previously, I have tons and tons of experience as a people pleaser. When I was younger, I was super outgoing, I was outspoken, I would say whatever came to my mind, which was not always a good thing, you guys, but I had tons of friends, I was very social, and as I got older and I went through situations and experiences in life, I just became more and more reserved, and it was just like somebody blew out that flame that was me being extroverted, and I just kind of went into a shell. I didn't really talk to people, which led to me having insecurity and self-esteem issues, which led to me basically getting walked all over and treated as a doormat. But if you watched my last video, which if you have not, you should definitely check that out, I talked about my God-given talent I knew was to help people, and I knew that that was my purpose in life, and that it started out with me wanting to be a teacher. So this is probably where my people-pleasing tendencies first started, which was wanting to please my parents, which I'm sure is the case for a lot of people, and a lot of people can relate. So like I said, I wanted to be a teacher when I was growing up, to the point that I had a Sunday date with my papa. Every Sunday we would go to Walmart, we would go to Staples, we would go to Office Depot, Office Max, any place that was selling any type of school supply, teacher supply. I had every dry erase board, every dry erase marker, every binder that you could possibly think of, and I had a beautiful ginormous playroom in my childhood home, and I would set up my stuffed animals as my students, and I would have my little computer, and I would take attendance, and I would give them fake grades, and it was so fun. I was only child, you guys, so I had to entertain myself, and I just knew that I wanted to be a teacher. I really enjoyed it, and I remember going to my parents and having the "what do you want to be when you grow up" talk, and I said a teacher, and dun dun dun, they said teachers do not make money. So I quickly let go of that idea, because I did not want to disappoint my parents, and I thought my parents just knew everything and knew what was best for me, and I just wanted to please them and make them happy. So I quickly let go of wanting to be a teacher. I want to share a funny story with you guys about how people pleasing can really stress you out. So I stated earlier that one of the signs of people pleasing is if you bear the burden of everyone else's happiness, and the thought of disappointing someone close to you causes you great stress. So in high school and middle school, I played basketball, and I was really fairly good, and I'd actually gotten a few college scholarships. But right around mid-senior year, I was really grappling with the fact that basketball just wasn't fun anymore, and I did not want to play in college. But I knew my parents would kill me. I just knew they were going to flip, especially my dad, because we are just a basketball family. It's in our DNA. My mom played, my dad played, my grandma played, my grandpa played, and now my brother plays. He is awesome. So it's just like in our DNA, it's a family thing, and I just did not want to disappoint them. I knew they were going to be pissed because they had spent so much money, and it was a free education that I was basically about to turn down. I waited until the last minute, you guys, to tell them, to the point that all of the college application deadlines had passed, and I only had an option of 2 schools that I could go. My people-pleasing tendencies really started to take a dark turn in my life and caused me to go on a downward spiral when I got into my first serious relationship, and I basically began to lose my identity, and I would apologize for things that I knew were not my fault. I would take the blame for things. I would honestly never speak up, even if I felt like I didn't appreciate something that was going on. I just completely lost my voice, and it even rolled over into me having Elena, and I'm sure all moms can relate to this when everyone has their opinion about how you should raise your child. I can think of one situation that to this day I'm still very upset with myself that I did not speak up. I just had Elena and we were in the delivery room, and I don't know how most hospitals work, but at my hospital you could not have a child who was under 12 unless they were related to the baby in the delivery room. And there was a visitor who decided to bring their 10-year-old child into the delivery room around Elena, and I was so pissed. And I nicely said, like, hey, that child cannot be in here. It's against hospital policy. And this person just has a very big personality. And she kind of was just like, it's fine. We'll be gone in a second. But I just wasn't comfortable. I mean, I'm a first-time mom and my baby is fairly new. And if the hospital is saying you're not supposed to do this, then you're probably not supposed to do this. So instead of, being firm and assertive, I just got the hospital nurse to kindly ask them to leave. But looking back on it, it is something that I still get upset about when I think about it. And I'm like, why did you not stand up for yourself? Why did you not advocate for your baby? The good thing about people pleasing is that it is something you can overcome with a little hard work and consistency. So let's talk about some of the ways that you can combat people pleasing. The first and my personal favorite is say no. My aunt laughs at me all the time because I have a phrase that I say, which is, no is a complete sentence and it does not require an explanation. What I mean by doesn't require an explanation is if you have a friend who texts you and says, hey, do you want to go grab a drink? And maybe you already have plans, or maybe you just want to chill at the house and you don't really feel like going out, getting dressed, and being in the presence of someone else. You can say, no, thank you, when you're just starting out. What you want to avoid is saying, no, thank you, maybe some other time, I'm so sorry, I already have and you come out with this long drawn out explanation. That is what you don't need to do, because then you are putting the feelings of someone else over your own feelings. Another way to combat people pleasing is to practice self-care. I feel like self-care is the answer to pretty much any problem in life, but it definitely helps with people pleasing because it just helps you to get more in tune with yourself. It improves your self-confidence, it improves your self-esteem, and when you're thinking about yourself, your focus is where it needs to be. Instead of worrying about what John down the street thinks, what Sally Mae on Instagram thinks, you're focused on yourself and how you feel about yourself. The next way to combat people pleasing is to acknowledge your needs and to be honest with yourself. This all goes back to some of those signs that I said of people pleasing when I said that you agree when you actually disagree, and you need the validation and acceptance of others to feel good about yourself. You don't need anyone's opinion to feel good about yourself. How you feel about yourself is the most important thing, and you show people how to treat you by how you treat yourself. So be honest with yourself about how you feel. If someone says something and you don't like it, speak up, voice your opinion. If you already have prior priorities, if someone asks you to do something and it doesn't fit into your schedule, acknowledge that and accept that and tell them maybe some other time. My last tip for overcoming people pleasing is to trust that it will be okay. Guys, growth and change is uncomfortable. You are doing an amazing job just by realizing that you don't like the way people pleasing makes you feel and you want to change it. You're also probably going to make a lot of people upset because they're used to you being their yes woman and going along with the flow and doing whatever makes them happy. So the first no is going to feel like you never said yes, and you might make people upset, but think about how you're going to feel inside and let that drive you to continue on your journey to combating people pleasing. Some things that I want you guys to remember as you start your journey in overcoming people pleasing is number one, you had a purpose before anyone had an opinion, and your purpose was given by God, and trust me, that purpose was not to make other people happy and to please other people. Guys, you are not responsible for fixing and saving people. You are not responsible for pleasing everyone, and you are not responsible for being liked. What you are responsible for is loving and being kind to people. You are responsible for speaking your truth, and you are responsible for being your authentic and genuine self. People pleasing is being kind to everyone except yourself. How you treat yourself is how other people are going to treat you. If you treat yourself with love and respect, and you walk around with your head held high and your shoulders back and you're confident, people are going to treat you with love and respect, and they're going to treat you like you are a competent person. In any new friendship or relationship you establish, you want to set the boundaries and set the tone for what you will and will not accept from the very beginning. The phrase, you give an inch, they take a mile, is so true, you guys. So how you overcome this is that you don't give an inch. And I know that might sound really harsh and it might be annoying, and you might feel like you're nagging someone if you call them out every single time they do something you don't like, but that is the only way that you are going to let someone know how they can and cannot treat you, and in the end, that person will have so much more respect for you. All right, you guys, I could literally go on about this topic for hours, so I think I'm going to cut this video right here. The most important thing I want you to take away from today's video is not to be afraid of losing other people, but to be afraid of losing yourself by trying to please everyone. If you enjoyed today's video, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up so that I can know to continue to create this type of content for you guys. And please make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so that you never miss a video. Let me know down in the comments below your experiences with people pleasing and if you have any tips for overcoming people pleasing. I'll see you guys in my next video.